SlabHub.
Hey there, comic book friends and fiends. It's Rob in front of the Great Wall of Comics, and it's Chris in front of the wall.
The Great White Void. Like, is there actually a wall? We
Is
don't
it a
know.
green screen that you made? You put a white wall up. That would be next level.
Like, legendary. My green screen is like opaque.
Yeah, I know. Nobody really cares about. I mean, as much as people love you and I, let's be honest. People have quickly become. He has become the favorite guest on SlabHub. Man Cave Comics. How are you doing?
Well, I have my cup of Joe here, which I like as well.
Yeah, it's hot and steamy.
That's right.
Hot and you got the magnet. Very good, Chris. The magnet, which of course you can only way to get that magnet is by winning on SlabHub.
And it comes in your shirt too.
Nice, excellent. We'll have to end up getting you the co-branded shirt next time. So that way you have that. I know Chris was excited to see that. A couple of community members excited to see the new co-branded mugs are out.
And I put new things on my wall. You notice, like
awesome
Spider-Man. Now I have some more modern stuff there. Geiger, Scumbag, a Black Cat mystery with an atomic bomb. But I'll show those later at some point.
Geiger's a great read.
Yeah.
And for everybody who's here in the chat, if you haven't been here before, welcome to SlabHub. So on this show, what we're going to do is we bring a guest on, and they're going to share with us some of their slabs from their collection. We get to see, we'll ask questions on the way, get some stories about the collecting and everything else, and get to know everybody a little bit better, which is great fun. Along the way, we'll stop about halfway through the show, and we're going to do a comment grabber for hashtag for some books. We have the box of giveaways.
Careful, don't hurt your back, Rob.
That's and I actually have so it is because there's books stacked up off to the side waiting to go into the box. And on those comic books, you'll get a 6-book pool as I hold my 5 fingers. I need to be my nephew. Anyways, have 6-book pool, and on those, some of them randomly will have a comment on the back of them that could say an extra pull, 2x pull, a daily double, could say a mystery slab, it could say a free SlabHub mug, any number of prizes inside the box in addition to the comment one. In addition, at the end of the show today, so at the middle and at the end of the show, we'll do that. At the end of the show today, also Doc has generously brought some books from his collection that he is going to be doing a giveaway. Caveat only there is that if you've won once before from his pool, he's going to do one winner. You get one win, and then we'll just move on to.
I like to spread the love.
Spread the love, right? Exactly.
It's good for the economy.
Host the whole time, right?
Right, and for everybody, we do ship. The winners are, at least I will not speak for Man Cave, although Doc has last time went along with what I do, which is that I do ship U.S. and Canada, and if you're outside of U.S. and Canada, we will talk about working something out with shipping. So no problem there. We want to make sure that everybody gets a chance to be a participant. Speaking of which, before we get into it, let's say hello to a few folks. Las Cruces here in the chat. Thank you very much.
Cruces.
Next week's guest, Comic Man Andy, sitting here, which is going to be great.
And if you come, bring your brush.
He's a person of ill repute who would be perfect for the show, I believe.
Yeah. Chop and Drop sent a thank you card the other day for the slabs, and just thanking us that we've been great members of the community and appreciate everything that we do, and to stay awesome and appreciate you, and sent some Chop and Drop stickers. Thank you very much, Chop and Drop. Appreciate that. Shop for Comics. Excellent. Let's check out those slabs. He's been posting up some great Spider-Man books lately. Love those old Spider-Man. Another one working on his Spider-Man run. War Machine Punisher Comics and Collectibles. Hello, how are you? Joe from Anachronics able to get here with us. Excellent. Joe, happy to have you with us. Dale of Suspense. How you doing?
Dale.
Mad Spidey from Australia. We're happy to. It's too early in the morning. I understand it's early there. Unfortunately, that we can't be live at a reasonable hour everywhere in the world simultaneously. Joffrey, thank you for coming on. Kenneth Bird,
Mr.
Yes.
Bird.
It's hi everyone here today. Thomas Caps, how you doing? Cat Fan Comic Man. I see Gary B. How you doing? And Taylor, excellent. And yes, and to you, Sir King of Nerds. Freaky Louie. Which again, I'm on a personal. This is my personal mission now when it comes to Freaky Louie. God damn it, people, go subscribe to that guy. It's criminal.
It's mind-blowing.
Under 500 subscribers. If you're not subscribed to Freaky Louie, subscribe to him. The dude is a gem and a bucket of positivity. Please.
And quite the creator.
Oh, so creative. Oh my God. It's ridiculous. It's actually downright disturbing. Let's see, what are we gonna do? Taylor. Oh, James Willie, who which we just I just finally got him the tracking number, Doc. But he won a slab from Doc last time.
That's right.
Yes, he did.
I had to send my first one to Canada. Canadians annoy me, but it's okay.
Whoa.
Chris, I'm just
way to alienate half the hosts. Cole's Comics claim. How you doing?
People closest to me annoy me, though. Just remember that.
Wow.
Stephen C. How you doing? Brian LCS. Oh God, how you doing there, sir? And Beth's here. Hey, how you doing, Beth? And Blue Hellions Comics.
Blue Hellion.
Oh my god! Oh wow! Now that I give another
just
jump, I
jumped
got
up.
anybody else. I know. All of a sudden, like, okay, everyone's here. Yes. Okay. So let's let me hide the current comment. Let's get in this because we got a show. I am sure. Although Doc, you did a great job of teasing me all week long that we're gonna potentially have a theme, but then we didn't get. So now it's a mystery to me, which is fine. I like mystery.
Right. And being that I'm busy and due last minute, I decided we had a lot of Golden Age. I mean, a lot of Batman last time, so it was completely a DC theme. So in order for the world to be balanced, I have to do a Marvel theme today.
I understand that.
Yes.
It just needs to be a certain amount of order and balance.
Yes.
I don't want.
I had people thinking that I was just some kind of Batman collector, and that's it. So I don't want anybody to get that. As I love Batman, but. Yes.
No, 100% agree. All right, well, let's kick the show off and let's do some, as we like to say, because I like to steal from Burke and make fun of Power Rangers whenever possible. It's slabbing time.
That's right. So I decided, and then even within Marvel, it's a vast. I have a lot of Marvel slabs. I love Marvel comics. Huge fan, and I'm going to keep it to two groupings. We're gonna do my Avengers slabs and my Thor slabs, which takes up a whole show. It's some good stuff.
Big Thor fan, are you?
Only one will be that I'll show that I actually showed before in my first one, but I'll just show that quickly. But I'll go from most recent to the oldest for the most part. I'll go that route. So I love Avengers. That's one of the first groups I really got into as a kid in the 70s. And I actually have a lot of the Bronze Age raw, not in great condition, but stuff I bought and I love it. So I don't actually have too much slabbed of that era. I mostly get the older, bigger book slabs. So, But I love this one so much. I had to get this one.
Yeah, that's got a great perspective and a great plastic cover.
Klaus Johnson cover.
Yeah, that's great.
To me, it's just,
So I really like the fact that they kind of paid a quiet homage to that in the Civil War film. And that was pretty cool.
So I have a really low grade raw one, and I just saw this on eBay a while back, and I thought, I couldn't help, but because
somebody's gonna get it.
Somebody's gonna get it.
Yeah,
the newsstand edition.
Yeah, no doubt.
Injected.
This is another one I have in a much lower grade that I bought at the time, so I bought a better grade later on. But he's an excellent villain, and this is an excellent first appearance cover. Though you could argue the one before this is the first appearance, but full first appearance, quote unquote.
That one's a book that's definitely cooled a little bit, but still a hot book to have. I've seen some of the international variants where it's the same artwork, but just the color the background is different. Like there's one that's like
Mhm.
a blue background. It just looks amazing.
Yeah,
But this is still solid.
yeah, and it's a good. I thought it was a good character in the comic book quite a bit,
And the Spider-Man video game that came out a couple of years ago, Taskmaster was fantastic to play against as a villain. And then Black Widow came out, and then the bottom fell out on Taskmaster. So we'll see what happens.
I will say right now that I don't buy comics according to movies. I just get comics.
It's a good choice.
Yes.
What
Yes.
movies do
Very safe
cause
to do it
me
that
to
way.
do is not to buy comics when they're hot. It's like
You sell
buy
comics
low,
based on the
sell
movies.
high. So that's, I can't say I've never bought a comic when it's up, but I try to avoid that. So if I see something on a hot spec, if I have it already, I'm grateful. If I don't, I'll be patient. There's lots of stuff out there. So
Yeah, well, there's sometimes you don't have a choice. Sometimes it's some books are ones that you want that you just have to get them when they come because they just don't come up all that often.
that's true. That's
There
true.
you go.
Most Bronze Age and even Silver Age, that shouldn't actually be too much of a problem unless you have a great deal.
Right.
So now I'm going into. Sorry, my camera keeps doing some weird thing here. It's having trouble focusing, but this is getting into almost silver. Or bronze. It's
the classic logo.
First Valkyries, right?
This is first sort of Valkyrie because it's actually a doppelganger. It's the Enchantress pretending she's Valkyrie.
Right.
So although it looks like Valkyrie, a lot of people don't consider it the first Valkyrie. And first Valkyrie has been a tough one for me to figure out. I think it might be in a Hulk comic, but then some people call it Defenders 4 maybe. But I think it's the Hulk one. But it's for whatever reason, I'm not quite clear on who's the first Valkyrie. And this is the first time what looks like Valkyrie is here.
Got it.
I like it. It's sort of a cool women's lib cover. Now it's the Valkyrie and her lady liberators, and they've kicked some butt. And I like all the female characters involved here. It's a great Avengers, typical Avengers comic of awesomeness. Next one, Avengers 71. Do you guys know the significance of this one?
First Black Panther without a cape. Okay.
I'm not even going to guess.
This
Shot in the dark.
This is the first appearance of another group I really loved growing up, and this is the first appearance of the Invaders.
Okay.
So
the first modern Invaders. Okay.
First period invaders. Well, they weren't called the Invaders in the Golden Age, so I'm going to say first Invaders. But it even has Captain America with his old shield, which really only appeared in Captain America 1. So it's sort of an homage to that.
I'm curious where T'Challa's left hand is going there towards Cap, but I'm gonna leave that one alone.
You fight to win. You don't worry about that.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that one alone. Like, yeah, when you're in a battle, whatever it takes to win, you do what you got to do.
Yeah.
But I'm curious.
Taylor knows now. Rob needs that book because I recently started to fall down another rabbit hole where I started picking up as a mini rabbit hole because I've got to contain myself. I can't go chase everything, but because I had Invaders 1 and then Taylor got me Invaders 16 in a mystery box, and I was like, next thing I know, here's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
They're affordable. If you like the run, Invaders is probably the most expensive one. Giant size Invaders 1 is actually the first.
I have a couple copies of that. That's one of the last Schomburg covers.
Giant size Invaders 1 is not Schomburg, but it's
not Avengers. I'm thinking giant size Invaders or Invaders
annual number 1.
Yeah, sorry.
Yep. So this is the story from the Avengers perspective. Invaders annual 1 is the same story, but from the Invaders perspective.
Right.
Very cool
to hear. So it's fun to read them together. And that one came out in 1975, I think, or 76. So
it's a nice little bronze. Invaders is a nice Bronze Age run, but it's which is fun to pick up. So that's why I've kind of.
Which one is 16, Rob? You mentioned you first got 16.
I had one. First book of the run I had was the Avengers annual one, the Schomburg.
Right. Yeah,
because if you're going to go after one, So then it was the issue one that's hanging up on the wall.
You put that down. Can you read this the right side when Rob's done? Sorry.
Yeah, you want me to read the blue label?
Yeah.
First appearance of the Invaders. Black Knight joins the Avengers, and Kang and Grandmaster appearance.
Right. So Mad Spidey did make a correct guess. Then he said first Black Knight joining the Avengers. Yeah.
Yep. Sal Buscema cover and art, and Sam Ranger. Roy Thomas, of course, the ubiquitous Roy Thomas. And it's a cool Eiffel Tower cover. I don't think I have many Eiffel Tower covers.
Yeah, no. So I was saying, I had the annual, then I got issue 1, and I was fine with just those 2. But it was on Taylor's unboxing match show, which airs on Mondays. It's a great show if anyone's not seen it, where he has a guest come on and they build mystery boxes for each other, and with a cap, and then they swap mystery box one there. Nice. Comic Man Andy, it's not about the books you show. No, it's about the stories and the fun collecting. We'd love to have you on. We're excited to have you on.
Absolutely.
So Taylor Winder, his show Unboxing Match, we did a episode, and in my box was Invaders issue 16. So once I had 16, that meant I had 1 and 16. I have to, at the very least, fill between those. At the very least.
You already had giant size 1. You got the hardest one to get, and then after that, an annual one. Those are the most expensive ones. So
the rest of it's
good. You're good to get everything else with a pretty good budget. It's not.
Yeah, something gives me something to look for when I'm at cons and stuff that I can flip through, and I'm not going to go chasing it on eBay.
And they're a good read, and they bring back a bunch of Golden Age people. So a Golden Age fan like me likes them because they brought the Destroyer back, Stanley's first superhero creation. Briefly, they have the Liberty Legion, which has like the Wizard and Lady, Miss America, and all these Golden Age people from Timely. It's a fun book. All right, cool. So continuing with Avengers, we got number 62, which is the first Man-Ape. So it's a good Black Panther cover.
Big book.
And
I've never seen this one.
Yep. I was fortunate enough to get this raw a number of years ago, and it was pretty high grade. And just a classic. It's John Buscema cover. Or is it Buscema? I've heard some people say Buscema. I don't know.
Let's call him up.
I will get him on the phone.
Thank you.
Another first appearance. This is a first appearance of Yellow Jacket.
Look how bright that cover is. Fantastic.
That is an incredible red. That is for sure.
Yeah, this Avengers, and there's a very unknown back cover. No, I'm just
kidding. That's right. Yeah, that one Spalding and Evil Knievel. Those are stunt cycles.
Yeah. Sea Monkeys. Yeah, we can go on.
When we go to the Golden Age, it's the Red Rider BB gun, the Tomacan shoes, and the Baby Ruth candy bar. Make your cookies.
Early on, a surprising number of encyclopedias and typewriters. Actually,
yes, for $1.
They're very. And if you've ever read Golden Age books, there's a lot more text in them than modern comics. Like zero text compared to Golden Age books. It's pretty. I opened the book I gifted that I sent to you, Rob. The redo of Marvel Mystery number 4. Actually reading it, I was like, my God, it's like reading a novel. So many words.
Some of them are very wordy.
So the last 2 books were more Keys. The first Yellow Jacket. I told you I like Keys. I admit it. Some people feel ashamed about that. I do not. So the first, a first appearance of sort of Valkyrie. But this is purely, I love the cover, John Buscema cover, a beautiful cover of the second appearance of Vision.
Oh boy.
And
I love Iron Man.
He's doing like a swan dive. Right?
Was he being drawn and quartered, and somebody just cleared out the?
Yeah, this book is. I saw it at some point, and then.
But it
was
great.
Like, wow, that cover just blew me away. And
what's it about? Oh, Avengers Assemble. Okay, all there. I wasn't sure if that was like another one of those giveaway things, balloons, where they put the advertising on the front of the book, like they sometimes did with Toys R Us and stuff. He's flying like the greatest American hero. Well, believe it or not.
One of my favorite Avengers covers here, and I loved this character in the Bronze Age when he took out the Squadron Supreme by himself, at least a bunch of them, and just a Mac Daddy. Underappreciated for his his power sometimes. And this, of course, is a beautiful cover, red and black.
Yeah, outside of issue 1, I think that's the most famous Avengers cover from 1 to 100, in my opinion. I'm sure some people may speak up, but I'm say between 2 and 100, that is the most recognizable and famous of them.
Even though this Vision really has no connection to the Golden Age Vision that was in Marvel Mystery Comics, this is an homage to a splash page where the Golden Age Vision had this look. I forget which comic episode is.
Yeah, Biggie says it.
Issue. And this, and Vision is actually considered the Human Torch. He was the Human Torch from the Golden Age was an android, and Ultron rebooted him as the Vision. So there's a connection to the Golden Age era.
To each their own. I know Cap rides again, but yeah.
And we got that. So very grateful to have that.
Oh boy,
a lot going on there. And
there's a lot of mayhem.
They'd love to have 8 billion people fighting on a.
Yes, there's a bunch of Avengers fighting multiple people. They're fighting the X-Men. They're fighting another bunch of group. They're fighting a bunch of villains. Whatever.
This is late '60s still.
This is 1968. It's the Crimson Cow revealed as Ultron 5, so first appearance. Whirlwind, Radioactive Man, Melter, Claw, and Black Knight appearance. That's just obviously
Radioactive Man.
Yeah.
Before Simpsons.
I think he said
right away. I'm like, what about the Simpsons?
Is the Simpsons crossover you never know happened before the Simpsons even existed? That's right. So instead of Simpsons did it first, Marvel did it first.
So this is a first appearance, but for me, when I got it raw, this book I got raw, it was because of the cool cover. I mean,
yes. Again, look at that.
First Grim Reaper. Wow. Got the Black
That is
Panther.
a great the back color that they chose for that, because contrasts so beautifully with everything else on there. It just makes it leap off the page. So beautiful.
Yeah.
The one thing I can say, Doc, about a lot of these covers you've been holding up is how much respect they're giving to Black Panther through these covers. Like,
Black Panther. Very well, a lot of
you don't see him defeated on these covers.
Yeah, we think of him. His first appearance is definitely Fantastic Four, but he was big in the Avengers in the in these in the 50 numbers 50 through 70. Absolutely. And there's one I actually my friend Hudat, who's someone you should probably have on a show at some point. I actually gifted him the origin of T'Challa cover, where it shows him about to pull his mask off, and it's a yellow cover. It's a beautiful Avengers cover. I don't have it anymore because I AOK'd it to him, but I'm keeping my eyes out to get that back. But it's a great yellow cover, and again, it is very Black Panther oriented. It's a great book.
I couldn't help but also notice, I love, if you hold it up just for a second longer, Grim Reaper. I mean, what a color palette choice that man woke up one day when it's like, well, what do I have to work with? Oh, I got this. I have purple, this. Green, red, whatever. It's like, hey, you got to do 12 loads of laundry just to clean your uniform, buddy.
No doubt. You think, like, what would it take for you to get in that outfit and walk around? You better have some superpowers. So another one I bought. I actually didn't even know I had this. I had it raw, and I found it like 2 years ago. I was looking through my Avengers.
Hey, Chris, you can't talk. Yeah. You had a book in a mailbox and you didn't know what it was.
All right.
So I was
touche.
About I can't remember, 2 years ago or so, I was going through my long box. I was like, oh my gosh, I actually had this, because he was starting to get a lot of hype that Black Knight's going to be there. And so I pulled it out, and it was in pretty good condition. I got it pressed and cleaned, and this is what I got here. So.
Yeah, it's respectable.
Yeah.
Rob, what's that going for nowadays?
Oh my goodness! Hold on, I have to pull. Let me pull up the magic box.
I only asked that because that book picked up a lot of steam in the last calendar year before Eternals dropped. I'm presuming it's cooled off a little bit, but that book was one of the hottest ones going.
This is 48.
And for a busy cover, it's incredibly beautiful in my opinion.
Yeah.
In an 8.0, the 1 year, well, it's dropped recently. Current FMV is listed at $1,000. The 30 and 90-day average are both under 1,100.
And I'm pretty sure I bought this for under $100. Like
guilty, Austin. Guilty as well.
So I don't know. I can't say for sure. Unlike Doc, who is that guy that you had on who had all his prices written on it and he knew exactly what he bought it for?
God.
I was very impressed with him because I sort of wish I had done that, but I'm just like,
I think it was Paul might have done.
And he has a lot of big books.
Paul, Sector 2815.
So I was like,
your appearance today ties him for the most appearances on the show. Actually, you each have done 3. Very good.
This was a impulse buy at my LCS. They had it there a few years ago, and it was slabbed already. And I said, why not? It's a great Avengers Assemble, Captain America. I think they're changing the Avengers team at this point. It's number 16. And it's a pretty cool cover.
What are the notes on that one?
This is basically Hawkeye, Scarlet Witch, and Quicksilver join the Avengers. Their cameo.
Okay. That's actually a very important book.
My friend Hudat that I mentioned I sent a gift to, I actually bought this from him. I didn't have it, and it was starting to get hot, and he had an under copy that we made a deal for, and so I was glad to get it.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
People have been talking about this book recently, just a little bit.
Yeah. So I will say I bought this sort of on the up and up, but he gave me a good deal, and it was,
Okay, so now Kang has made several first appearances in different forms, so I'm going to ask you, Doc, can you please read the right side of that blue label for what it says
first
here?
Appearance of Kang the Conqueror.
Okay, so that's
not the Immortus or the Ramatut version,
right.
or the various other. That's right, as Kang. The time continuity issue gets a little confused with that.
Yes.
But it's a cool cover, and it's one of those I'd actually been meaning to buy for a long time, and then Kang suddenly got all, just like I said, the movie hype, and I was like, oh, darn it. Oh, well.
The movie hype is real. It is also an $1,100 book right now.
Wow.
In that grade?
At a 3.5.
Wow.
Yeah, the FMV for a 2.5 to a 3.5 is all 1150. The sales are there hasn't really been much recently on a 3.5, but a recent sale of 4.0 was $1,100.
Right.
Wow.
So we'll have that character next in the next Ant-Man movie, Quantumania. And the cool thing is the actor that they have playing Kang, Jonathan Majors, hit it out of the park as far as I'm concerned. I know, Doc, you're saying you don't care, like the spec around movies and stuff. But the thing is, they went out and got themselves a powerhouse actor to play Kang. So I'm hoping that he continues what he's doing from the Loki show.
So although I don't pay too much about spec, I do love it when Marvel movies or DC movies do well and are made well and are fun to watch, 100%. Because that just helps the comic industry and everything. So no doubt. And I enjoyed him on Loki in the end. Yeah, absolutely.
What I'm looking at, Matt, for right now, is I'm just looking real quick at Go Collect. I have subscription to both it and Cover Price, but I find Go Collect's a little bit easier for me to access quickly. So that's what I'm using right now. We're looking at not only the fair market value, but their 30-day, 90-day, and 1 year averages.
That's the one I look at too. Go Collect. I don't. No. What's the other one? The GPA
analysis. Yeah, GPA is one.
That's the one I actually use usually. GPA.
Yeah. I'm going to be switching probably soon, just because CLZ is going to. I don't know who CLZ is going to end up syncing with. They haven't announced yet who that company is, but because that's my main inventory, I'll be switching over to them. But whatever they do, but yeah. So yeah, there you go, Andy. He's using.
I use GPA, and I'll just use eBay sometimes. eBay is pretty good for Silver Age. You can see what it was actually sold for. So it used to be good. I think it got worse. So it's gotten harder to see.
Yeah, the only reason why I use Go Collect right now is because it was what was integrated with CLZ for a while, and so that that's having that allowed me to do that. Yeah, my Kang would fix my car if I deer this week. Oh,
Hope you're good. Hope you're good, Kevin. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
I've hit 2 deer in my time and walked away.
Watch
least
out
you
in
didn't-
October, a deer season around here.
Yeah,
if you're driving in the fall, man.
Yeah, they're a
at least you
plague.
didn't hit a,
They're a
at least you
plague.
didn't hit a moose, Chris. That'd be worse.
that's true.
Yeah.
In
Well,
Canada,
I wouldn't
you guys
walk away
can
from
visit
the moose.
grizzly bears.
Yeah, total your car.
So someone did mention that this was their favorite, and I have to say I'm quite a fan, so I can't complain.
Okay.
Oh,
Avengers
Yeah.
number 4.
Mhm.
that's
First
not. Yeah, it's
Silver
like
Cap.
it's a hot book. Always.
Yeah, and
Yes.
it's
Blue
a nice
chip the
cover.
entire time.
I'll be honest though, I like the cover of Captain America 100, which is the first in his own series in the
Yeah.
Silver Age. I like that cover more, but I love this cover too. I'm not gonna lie.
I agree with you, Doug. I like the issue 100.
Yeah.
It's got a few different characters. I believe Black Panther is actually on that cover as well.
Yes,
and that
Black
comes to
Panther's
mind.
on that cover.
Yeah, and it's black. It's kind of the image is actually kind of shrunken compared to that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's again, like I said, some people would obviously like something different from what I would. For me, I like the Vision cover. It's just as soon as I see it, I know exactly what it is. That one, obviously, it's the return of one of their franchisable characters. But yeah, it is what it is. That's a home run every day of the week.
It's a big book and it's a great cover. But 57, the Vision cover, yeah, that's a great.
I was just trying to say, is his shield instead of being red and white, is it red and clear?
It's just the
Well, it could be the mirror effect.
yeah,
of this.
it's red and white stuff. That I think
Okay, I was going to say I couldn't tell first. Was that you were seeing his arm? Was it like 70s Captain America TV show
So,
movie?
Doc, before you put that down, that's a legendary book. Can you read everything that's on that blue label?
Yeah, Stanley story, Jack Kirby and George Russo's cover and art. First Silver Age appearance of Captain America, Steve Rogers, Submariner appearance.
Wow,
And it's 1960.
what a book!
Yeah.
What a book!
Very cool.
And a lot of the Silver Age Marvel keys have gone crazy. This one it's gone up, but I feel like it hasn't, like Hulk 1, AF, those things have gone astronomically high. This one has gone up, but not to the crazy, quite the level. If you're thinking of keys. This next one was one of my favorite stories, and it was the basis of one of my favorite what ifs when I was a kid. What if number 2, which was what if Thor and I think it's what if Thor had left I can't remember the exact title, but basically it left Iron Man and Ant-Man and Wasp to fight the Hulk and Submariner. So it's the second what if. It's the second what if, and it was a great story. I loved it, and so I read that story first, and then I went back and got this years later.
I will look that up.
And I bought this. I had it raw in a lower grade, and then I went and upgraded to a 7.0 a few years ago. But this is just a good first Submariner and Hulk team up. I'm not sure if that's much of a thing, but that's what it says there. First Hulk and Submariner team up. Fantastic Four, X-Men, and Spider-Man cameo. Number 3.
One of the greatest battles of all time.
And funny enough, I actually don't have that what if anymore. I misplaced. I don't know what happened to it, and I just never. But I have good memories of it. That one, yeah. What is it?
So this is what if the Avengers had never been. It basically Iron Man turns around. He's saying, "Thor, Giant Man, Wasp, you can't quit now. Not while the Hulk and the Submariner have you united to destroy mankind."
Yeah,
and they're all literally walking away from him. What if 3? What if 3?
Yeah, it's a fun story. I mean, and the nice thing about what ifs is people can die and stuff. It doesn't have to.
Yeah.
I love. I don't know what it is. I like. Why it seems to be a theme here. Chris, that I like the older costumes. I love the golden Iron Man costume.
This is one of the last golden. The golden Iron Man costume is. I think there's 9, 10, 11 of them because 2 Avengers comics,
right?
All the Iron Man. So
I don't know what it is, but it's like that. I love that. I love the old Green Lantern costumes, the old Flash. I love these old.
Now, this was actually a very recent pickup. I got this last month. My LCS guy had it.
Okay.
I traded in some stuff to offset some of the costs, and I bought it. And
Nice.
so it's one I wasn't really looking for, but he had a nice grade, and it's a cool cover.
Yeah, I mean, what are you going to do, right? If you get the opportunity, you might as well take it. I mean,
absolutely.
It's not like it's
definitely an opportunist. I'm not.
What was the grade on that one? That was a 5.
5.5. Yep.
5.5. So 5.5. Yeah, FMV on it, $850. A very affordable book for a golden,
not too bad.
Golden Iron Man.
And here,
there we go.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite covers. I just love it. I love the way Thor looks. Hulk is brought back here. You know, he was almost defunct, but they decided, what are we going to do? And I believe the story is they were actually delayed in releasing Daredevil, and they sort of got together like, what are we going to put out? And they put out this instead. And
the rest is history. See, Iron Man's kind of doing the beginning of the Mr. Roboto dance there, like his arms.
Yeah. You know, a lot of people point out that Wasp gets no title here, so we're back in a bit of the misogynistic era in the early 60s. But we've progressed, but she's still there doing her thing with Ant-Man. And just a great Jack Kirby cover.
Yeah, so I mean, you're saying you never own it. Well, you could. I mean, it's actually
never say never.
It's a 4.0 on that book right now. Current FMV on it is $4,800. So,
and I got this.
It's not like it's. You're probably not going to.
4 years ago, and I can't remember exactly what I paid. At the time, it didn't seem cheap, but it wasn't that much.
Yeah, no, I mean it's a book that it's not a cheap book by any imagination, and you'd have to be a serious investor to jump up or a serious collector to grab it realistically. But it's an amount of money that you could save up and acquire. It's not like you're going to jump in at an 8.0 or something on that book, which an 8.0 is going to cost you about $30,000.
Yes.
So
it always depends on the grade you want and what you're willing to sacrifice. If you have a large LCS pool and you can budget it out, So not much.
Remy smashed, and you should too. Hit that like button. Way to go,
well
Brian.
Done, Brian. Well done.
Now we're going back again because that's my Avengers. And maybe is this a good time to do your giveaway? And then we
absolutely.
Sure. Yeah, why not?
It's intermission. Rise and stretch time. Time to refresh yourself and visit our snack bar. Got a yen for hot popcorn? Your favorite soft drinks are sparkling cold. The juicy Frank sizzling hot. There's delicious coffee, freshly brewed, and all kinds of ice cream and candy to tempt you. Showtime will be announced loud and clear to get you back to your car in time. So stretch your legs. Come to the snack bar now.
And with that, hashtag it's slabbin' time. Make sure you get the apostrophe for the slab in time as opposed to slabbing time. Go ahead and hit that hashtag, enter that into the chat. In just a moment, we'll go ahead and hit the wheel and spin it to see what. Well, there's no wheel and spin. There's no real wheel. It's not a spin, but we'll do the random thing. Grab a winner and get them some books here. In the meantime, my wife is now telling me, "Did you put the apostrophe in the it's?" No, I misspelled that wrong. My goodness gracious. This is like the other day with I can't remember what hashtag it was last week that I did. I did it wrong.
Like
who cares?
It's Laban time.
It's Laban time.
It's Laban time.
Because you have to be an evil henchman. It's Laban time. Anyways, you have to do what I'm doing and forget whether I typed it right or wrong. It doesn't matter. It's half the fun in the show. Anyways, Doc, any appearances coming up for you this week?
I might be on. No, I'm not. Actually, no, I'm on nothing this week.
Well, people can make sure that they can follow you though over on Instagram, mancavecomics 1, as you see rolling across the bottom of your screen. If you're
right, I got to get a little more busy on showing some pictures and sharing on Instagram, honestly. But
tomato.
Yeah.
Chris, how about you? What's coming up this week for you? Anything exciting?
Well, this past Thursday, I just dropped opening a 3-pack three blind packs from Walmart, a pair of Marvel and a DC blind pack. So I encourage everyone to check that out when they have a free moment. I will be dropping my favorite 5 covers from the month of March, now that we're here into lovely April. Hopefully the weather turns around where I am. I'll also be dropping my 10 favorite Spider-Man covers, a challenge put out there by Brian LCS. I encourage everyone to participate in that Spider-Man cover challenge. It shouldn't take that much time, and everyone has I'm sure they can pick out 5 or 10, favorite Spider-Man covers from their collection. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Like Monday or Sunday night, I'll be on Legion of Comics. Wednesday, I'll be having an open invitation for New Comic Book Day. Show us what you got, Rob.
That's a lot of stuff. You're a busy man. Must be tough to be in demand. Guys, don't forget again, if you want to participate in the draw, make sure you're putting the hashtag it's slabbing time in the chat. We have 22 out of 37. Give you just a moment longer. I got this week's mail call is going to be a little different. Instead of a bunch of boxes and 13 different boxes or whatever it is of new stuff for the collection, this week's mail call on Monday is actually going to be my very first submission to CBCS using where I took the books, didn't have any pressed, no cleanings, just sent them in strictly pre-screen. So it's a lot more modern books, obviously, if I'm doing that. But
you seen the new CBCS slabs? Pretty cool.
The magazine slabs, or
are they? Don't they have a round circle for the numbers?
Oh yeah, no. So I have the regular. I have the new. I've been using CBCS, but this is the first time I've submitted anything where I didn't have it pressed and cleaned and just used strictly because it was a bunch of modern books instead of older stuff that I sent in. I said, hey, just send these in pre-screen grade. Let's see what we get back. So we'll see how I did. It was like a batch of like 29 books. So we'll see how that goes. All right. I think we've given you plenty of time. Only 23 out of 34, but hey, that's how it goes. Sometimes we'll go ahead and spiel it. Everybody, Wheel of Fish. And our winner is Dale of Suspense. Congratulations. We'll let you look at your books later. That's the suspense. No. We'll go ahead and pull your books for you here. Let's go ahead and get ourselves up here and talk. Oh, my goodness gracious. How are we going to do Dale here first?
I think back and forth 3 times, and I'll tell you when.
1, 2.
Now. Right there.
Okay. Spider-Woman Origin.
Yeah.
Congratulations. All right.
4 from the front.
4 from the front. 2, 3, 4. The Tick.
Yeah, the Tick. Nice.
All right.
6 from the back.
The Spectacular Spider-Man.
There it is. We got a Spider-Man theme with the Tick.
This is issue 27.
Arachnids and insects is the theme here. Huh?
Yeah.
Ticks. We got ticks and spiders.
All right. So that's Spider-Woman, Spider-Man, the Tick. All right. I guess next it has to be a Blue Beetle, right? I don't know.
Right in the middle, right in the G spot in the middle.
Right there. Oh wait, no, that's kind of here.
Yeah, perfect.
The book that's in front of my finger or behind my finger?
In front and behind. Grab both.
Oh, okay. So we have a Virgin cover. This is a Dynamite Lives issue 4. It is limited to 350 copies. So
that's Red Sonja, correct? Yeah.
She basically has 2 arrows in the heart and it ain't bothering her too much, huh?
Yep. So there you go. Congratulations. A nice limited production book. And the one behind my finger, you said. And this is Star Wars Bounty Hunters, issue 13. All right. And we should have one more book.
Dealer's choice, Rob. You pick it. Dealer's choice. Oh,
yes.
Yeah. Or Spider-Man.
Spider War. This one is
Sinister War.
signed, or Sinister War, yeah. This is signed by Maury Howell.
Oh,
Very nice.
See the Mo down there.
kind of looks like it's moi.
Yeah. That's
It's
what I thought.
M-O exclamation mark.
An exclamation. Nice.
C'est parlez-vous français?
Yeah.
Oui. Wow.
So there you go. There's a little COA on the back of it.
Very
All
nice.
right, congratulations there. Oh, limited run book, Simon. I hope that you're a fan of insects in your comic books. Anyways, so we'll be doing another we'll do another set of pulls here at the end. So make sure you're sticking around here. Make sure, Dale. I think I've sent you stuff, but just in case, you might hit me up on Instagram. Which reminds me, last week's winner, one of the winners, Trade Paper Dad. I never received. If you're here, I never received your notification about where to send your books. If I don't hear from you by the end of the day tomorrow, your books are going back into the pile. Let's see here. And I couldn't find him on Instagram. So this was Dale. Let me label those books so they're good to go. All right. Let's get back into some hot slabbing action.
So this next book, when I first started getting back into comics again and pulled out my long boxes that I had from years ago, I had every bronze, late, at least 1980s onward Thor, except for this one. Somehow I was missing this one, which just bothered the crap out of me. So at some point, a friend of mine had it and sold it to me slabbed. And
Yes.
Oh, we're twinsies. Mine's a 9.2.
Yep.
It's
and I
off
was
the
happy
screen.
with it. At this point, it really spiked. And because I used to have it, it annoyed me the thought of buying a high grade. So I was happy. I'm happy to have this. And Beta Ray Bill is a great character. I liked his new. That's one of the things on my pull was his recent series.
Was it
Taylor's
Warren Johnson? Did
Yeah,
it? Yeah, that was great.
Yeah. So I have those, and I also have the Thor runs with the more recent runs too. So that's So
See, when I think of Walt Simonson, that is the book I think of. Yeah, that's just incredible.
and talk about a great first appearance cover.
Yeah.
It definitely beats Strange Tales 110.
Taylor, a huge Beta Ray fan. That's a great book. I mean,
and I said I usually go back in time, but I figured I'd show that one first and show this one next. Which
that's first breaker.
It's a pretty.
Mine just came back from being signed. I had Walt sign it.
Yeah, just another excellent cover. You got Odin, and what can you complain about?
Yeah, that's incredible.
Popeye.
Ooh. Parker Brothers Popeye.
And now we go significantly more back in time. So this is probably my only Bronze Age book. Yeah, my only earlier Bronze book. And it's a key, and I do like any Herald of Galactus as well. So
Fire Lord.
Fire Lord. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So
he's in Fuego.
And I think this is John Buscema cover. So you got Hercules and Thor going at him. Gotta love it. This is the only duplicate. I showed this in my first one, but I love this cover. Jack Kirby, White Pages.
Yes.
Galactus.
Yes, the shrunken Galactus.
Right. Galactus is
showing some skin.
We think of Fantastic Four and Galactus, but I would be willing to bet there's as many Galactus Thor covers or more. I'm sure someone's probably counted it. I have not, but there are many appearances of Galactus.
And this is where you really learn. A cover like this really helps you to understand the real scary part about Galactus. Something that tall wearing a kilt.
Yeah. And shaven legs.
Yeah. The Destroyer of Worlds. You got to watch out.
Now you know why everyone was looking up. Sue, stop it.
Sue is coming if there be doom. Yeah. So Kirby at his finest. Kirby was good at that, large giant with the hand coming out and that the perspective. He was a master at that for sure. I think you've all seen this one at some point. number 66.
Oh yeah.
This is the second appearance of him
Mm-hmm.
before he becomes Adam Warlock, and it's a good brawling cover. Absolutely. More Kirby action. I'd go Kirby all day. I was thinking of doing a Kirby theme, but that would take many.
You have to. How do you pick just 30? Right?
Yeah. It would have to be a multiple part thing, like Chris's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the back on that one? I don't know if I've ever seen that ad before.
Finish high school at home.
Oh yeah. Get your GED. Those were somewhat popular in the late 60s and 70s on those ads for when you could still get a job that paid well.
Right.
You could support your family on, and you still can if you go into the trade business. I mean, and
Yes.
the problem is, I won't get on my political soapbox about.
Well, you are right. We vilified.
We've abandoned and
everybody
vilified.
has to go to college or you're a
trade work.
failure, and that
Exactly.
mentality is absolutely destructive. I'm 100%.
And
with you there, Rob.
and it doesn't
Yeah.
fit for everyone. And
Yeah. This
he
one,
who is known as him,
I had two
and
copies
occasionally
of this raw.
that guy.
This is the better one, and this is early on in eBay. I bought one. It had a big rip in the spine over here, and it annoyed me. And then but it was one of these. I just discovered eBay, and I just bought it for whatever, probably weighed too much. And then I proceeded to go on eBay again and buy another one. And this is the one I bought, 2014 or so. So probably
Not to diminish this book, but the one thing that always bothered me about this cover is, yes, they're trying to spotlight him who becomes Adam Warlock, but Kirby is flexing the hell out of Mjolnir right in front of us. And if you don't pay attention, you don't even see the fact Mjolnir's there. I wish they gave a little bit more color to Mjolnir in his hand there. It's just a great picture of Thor or a great drawing of Thor in my opinion. But obviously they needed to spotlight him.
Yeah.
But, we lost out on how cool Mjolnir looks in his hand there.
Yeah, I hadn't thought of it that way, but I can see that. Another perspective. That you got.
What issue is that one again? I'm sorry.
This is 165.
Just because with all the talk and the hype
Last 12
on all this, I'm just kind of curious. What's that?
Taylor, I'm going to invent a bad guy. Just call dude.
That's still a sub $1,000 book in that grade.
Yeah,
barely.
This book is
Barely.
down. It's a spec driven book, and
right.
Yeah.
It's one if they're immediately planning on doing anything, you want to avoid it. But I like Thor because his Silver Age stories were actually pretty entertaining. I think it's a good read. If Fantastic Four was well written, and so was Journey and Mystery and Thor. They were very
agreed
good stories.
Mm-hmm.
This one was a cover by completely. I just love this cover. It's one of my favorite Jack Kirby perspective CBCS white pages. But I just love the small Thor fighting the giant.
So that giant is just as big as what Galactus is. I'm just putting that out there.
Much.
I'm just putting that out there.
Yep. But
again, he's wearing a toga. What was Kirby's aversion to pants?
It's hard to draw pants, just like people who do design, and it's hard to make men's pants. Actually, it's easier to do dresses. So here we go. That's what I get for watching. What's that show with Heidi Klum and they're judging people making stuff? It was Project Runway. God forbid. I have to check my testosterone now, but that's what you get when you have one television in one room back in an apartment back in the day.
That's right. Sometimes you're watching TV and there's nothing to watch, and you watch.
If Heidi Klum's on it, I'm not going to give you a hard time.
There was a point on that show where I was UFC was on a different channel and Project Runway, and I'm like, which one do I want to watch? And I'm like, I'm the only person in the whole world who is wondering which one to watch at this point, because I actually got into it, like, ooh, who's winning, who's designing. And you get into those shows.
Sometimes they're a guilty pleasure.
Well, that was a segue of some sort. I'm not sure what happened there, but
Comic Man Andy says he's definitely not wearing any pants.
I'm not wearing pants either right now, so I won't stand up. So we'll just be careful here. Yeah, the benefits of YouTube, but you got to pay attention.
Biggie, Kirby's Monsters Free Balled.
Commando. So again, just another.
Oh,
My
wow.
LCS had this, and it's just so beautiful. As I said, I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, no, that is great.
I've never seen the cover before.
Yeah.
Who is the cover artist on this one?
Oh, Kirby. Yeah.
Oh, that's Kirby, really?
Yep. Vince Coletta and Jack Kirby, and it's 158.
It's a little bit different than what I would normally see on a Kirby. I wouldn't.
Kirby did pretty much all Thor up until I'm not sure which number. a lot. But once he's in it, he's in it. And there we go.
Wow.
Cat fan, it is Man Cave Comics 1. If you're looking on Instagram,
there's another guy who has Man Cave, and I've been told he gets annoyed if he's mistaken for me.
He can't be as cool. So.
Oh.
Just lovely.
That's a big sword.
Yep.
Or is it sword?
The sword that they pull out in Ragnarok, right? And there's the recorder of that fellow there. He's just observing and recording. He's also in a Hercules miniseries, and it's a very good Hercules miniseries from the 1980s. Had him in it. And it's a very entertaining read. You get all the guys here and gal. Now, this is one of the first. I had a treasury of a Thor treasury where Mangog was the main villain. So definitely one of my favorite villains from childhood there. So anytime I see him on the cover, I have to drop that one. Again, Kirby. Is this a better Mjolnir?
Yeah. See when you give Mjolnir a little bit of perspective.
Try to hold your arm like that. I mean,
that's hard on the wrist. Yeah.
Boys, girls, men, women.
If you know extra people, you can make extra money. Wait.
Sounds like a pyramid scheme, huh?
Yeah, exactly. If you know just 10 people selling gift wrap or whatever else they were hawking.
Yeah.
They were ahead of their time to later replace it with natural vitamins.
Now, this one's the first appearance of Mangog. So I might be the only guy who really likes Mangog because you don't really hear people talking about Mangog as a villain that people enjoy. But can't beat nostalgia.
There's something for everybody that you connect with, and they'll eventually all come out of the woodworks when he's rumored or spec'd to be on in a movie or show. But
we got
the Roman soldiers, you can get the legions for yourself.
Yeah.
The that cover very much has a poster feel to it. That is just terrific.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be a great poster or even a T-shirt.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree, Miss. So Thor covers. I'm not a run collector, but when I see a nice Thor Silver Age cover, I'm tempted. It's a draw for me, definitely.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, mine was slightly off topic. So.
Yeah, I was done.
Oh, okay. I was just saying. To be honest, though, I think there's a lot of Jack Kirby designs that actually would make great T-shirts or do make great T-shirts.
Yeah,
many of them have been, right? So
I have a shirt of Thor fighting Loki, and it says "Brotherly Love." My brother gave it to me, and unfortunately, I've gotten fatter, so it's like a tights now. So I got to lose some weight. I wear that shirt.
Thor's let himself go, little has he?
Me. So this is High Evolutionary first. So.
One of my favorite villains. I got him at the High Evolutionary. I loved it when he crossed over to the X-Men storyline in the late 80s. But yeah, it was only recently I found out that his first appearance was actually in that Thor right there.
Right.
Yeah, that's a great cover though.
Yeah,
great book.
It's he's an interesting. If you read all the Adam Warlock's the origin stuff and High Evolutionary, it's a fun story. And I have one of my favorite Fantastic Four covers is from the Bronze Age, and it's High Evolutionary battling Galactus. I don't have it slabbed, I have it raw, but it's a great big, are you familiar with that one?
I love the I don't know, there's so many different elements about this cover that I like. I mean, from just the way it's laid out, it just kind of reminds me to an era a little bit before when this was actually done, but the color transitions on the walls, even just very everything just about this just jumps out, and it's just awesome.
And that one, again, right place at the right time and before the hype. So,
welcome there, two brothers. Oof.
Wow.
The Hammer and the Holocaust. A good Paeta cover. The, the Michelangelo carrying.
Yeah.
So it's a.
That is fantastic.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
120s.
Yep, that's 127. We're almost to where it first became. As a matter of fact, we are to where this was the first time it was not Journey.
There
we go.
126. So it's a classic Hercules versus Thor cover.
Right. Greeks versus the Norse.
And Hercules even has his little cudgel there. So, but
see, there you go. Shop called it. Are we leading to?
And I love this cover.
No pants.
No doubt. Yeah, more no pants.
No pants.
I had a raw version of this which I gifted to somebody, so I had 2 copies. But this is I'm glad I have this one.
Oh yeah, that bicep on Thor. My goodness.
Oh yeah.
Is Hercules holding a mace?
Yeah, his little cudgel I caught, but it's his mace.
Okay. Yeah.
He had that little. He had that periodically. I don't know if he does it much anymore, but yeah, he does have some. I don't know that it has much in the way of godly powers or whatever. But...
Taylor, the Greeks used to do the wrestling nude, so the fact that they're wearing clothes, we just thank the artists entirely.
And here we go. We're going into Journey into Mystery, but we'll start with the annual one.
There they are again.
There they are. They brotherly love almost. Right.
That's a kind of a weird way to be.
Where's Herc swinging for again?
Well, maybe hold on. Maybe Thor did a little.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Aikido and just kind of moved.
Power. Thor's a little more finesse, maybe. Huh? That's
instead of absorbing.
I don't know, man. As a boxing ref, I'd be putting him back in his corner. Take away a point.
Got the amazing X-ray vision, and
but from Aikido or Judo standpoint, that's perfect. You just sidestep it, you miss the punch. You don't have to try to block it.
And this is the only Journey into Mystery annual. After this, it becomes Thor annual. So, and I think there was some hype for this. It's one of those books that definitely tends to go up and down, like any. All right, now we're Journey into Mystery 118. First Destroyer here.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, if you don't like Thor brawling people, this is not your episode here. There's a theme here, right?
Yeah.
He likes
the Destroyer.
He needs anger management training, I think. I don't know what's going on here.
But that's a solid grade for a darker cover.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 8.0.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite groupings of slabs for sure.
Ooh,
here we go.
Yep.
Here we go.
One of his well-known villains. Let's see, we got Carl Crusher Creel. Yeah, I couldn't remember his actual name. Absorbing Man. And had some interesting appearances in Hulk, Immortal Hulk, and other things. He's a villain that pops his head up. And
so there is a wall of text on that cover of that
book.
Oh. Aside from the stronger I am, the sooner I die. Would you mind reading us that novel, like a read-along book here?
For the first time in recorded history, the Titanic Thunder God battles a deadly foe who has every bit of raw strength, every single superpower which Thor himself possesses. You'll never forget this startling shocker. I am stronger. I am the sooner I die, or I am stronger. I am the sooner I die. Oh, yeah, a little awkward there.
Wow, that is. I just love it. It's
a lot of text. You're right.
Yeah, and the little thing for the retailers.
Right. The Absorbing Man was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. He hasn't made an appearance in any Marvel titles in recent memory, I don't think.
He'll come up. They just go away for a little bit. Now here we go.
Yes.
Hulk
Yes.
versus Thor. Hulk trying to take Mjolnir from him, it looks like.
See, when they do wear pants, he rips them up.
Yes.
Is Hulk
Somehow
the
he
only
keeps
one?
his
Is Hulk
pants.
the only one who doesn't have skin tight pants? I mean, it's like he's always got baggy pants, and how does he have baggy pants given that he's
Yeah,
damn
you know,
unstable molecules?
it's like what it's one of those you better suspend your disbelief like a lot of things in comics for sure.
Maybe that's what he needs. Maybe Hulk just needs some suspenders.
Yeah.
That would have been great.
He
I
probably
would
had
love to
some
see
at some point.
David Banner or Bruce Banner start wearing suspenders, and so we bust out. You just see Hulk in like some torn, cut off
rainbow
suspenders.
Yeah, I like the idea.
Shock was asking if that was their first battle between Hulk and Thor.
I do think it is actually. It's or no, it's not because
It's
it
not,
depends
no,
on what you
Jane
consider. Because Hulk, Thor, and the Avengers fought Hulk in Fantastic Four 25 and 26. So I think that predates this. I'm not 100% sure. If not, this would be the first.
Let's see if I can find it.
This is January 1965. So I think that's the case, since Fantastic Four is November 1961, the first issue, and you can track it out there. But you got the Google there.
Well, I'm trying, but surprisingly, sometimes what you think should be an easy search isn't as easy as you'd think. Comes up a lot of weirder
If
stuff.
you just look up Fantastic Four 26, you can look at the year for that.
Okay. So is this the first time Magneto appears outside of the Uncanny X-Men?
Yes. I'm almost certain about that. It doesn't actually state it here, though, so.
Okay.
But
according to Avengers number 3, the first Thor versus Hulk comic.
Oh, you're right. The one I was just showing you with Submariner and we forgot that Hulk was actually on the Avengers, and then he left in a brain freeze. Yeah, we forgot that issue I just showed that I loved was an homage. Yeah. The issue that was an homage to my What If number 2 that I liked.
See, my problem was I didn't have in comics on my initial search, and so it came up with a bunch of stupid movie stuff. It was like, oh, please.
Here's 103. This is the first Enchantress.
Holy cow!
Wow,
the colors and everything on this book.
It's a good
another wall of text.
Yep, Rainbow Bridge cover. You know, it has the.
There's so much going on. Yeah. How do you fit that many 3 characters on the book and still have that much text and that much banner for your?
I think they learn from it because, as you've noticed, the text starts to disappear later. But you're right, that Absorbing Man first appearance is just out of control with the text, and
trying to pull you into that book.
And that affects value because there are some pre-code horror comics that are super popular, but they put text in the exact wrong place. Mm-hmm. And if that text box wasn't there, they'd be worth more later.
Right. It's really. I mean, it is. I mean, I understand it. The purpose, of course, is sitting on the rack.
Yeah.
Of comics, hence the big banner at the top. The bright red color is going to show up. If you lift it up and you look at it, we want a bunch of stuff that's going to try to entice you. We're trying to sell this book to you to get you to take it and take it up to the register or take it or purchase it. So I understand its function and its purpose. Yeah. But man, it's just really a juxtaposition to what we're used to today.
All right, we'll test you guys. We'll see if you know all 3 first appearances in this book.
I guarantee I don't.
Not the best cover, but it has 3 very important first appearances.
Jane?
Nope.
That's a shot in the dark.
You tell me when I'll let's see if the chat. I'm sure the chat will.
Yeah, see if anybody knows first
tomorrow, man.
I really don't know. I'm not a Thor guy, so I'm just like, oh, there we go. There's the cover. There's an ad.
There it is.
Mason shoes and stuff. Yeah.
So we've seen first Sif.
First
Mad
Sif,
Spidey.
Sif.
Yep.
First
the Wrecking Crew.
Is it the first Wrecking Crew? I don't think
know.
So.
Gary B is just questioning. He's got questions.
Yeah, I don't think so.
It's not a statement. So, I mean, at this point, people can start. They could do complete Google searches
before people can just look it up on the
Okay, so if Sif is in there, it's probably a few more as Guardians as well.
Baldar the Brave.
Okay.
And the first Hela.
Oh.
So
I thought Hela, personally, I thought Hela was on the cover of her first appearance, so I'm wrong. Okay.
Yeah, and unless, I won't say I always, CGC is not always correct, so.
Yeah, Taylor Winder came in,
Wait a
said
second.
Hela.
Can we get that recorded? I want to make sure other people know that it's not just me who says that.
Oh, yeah, I bought a while back, I bought Strange Tales 111, and it did not have Baron Mordo as his first appearance on the CGC for a long time. It took them a while to fix that error.
Well, sometimes in the early, depending when it's done.
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't have it in their database or.
So this one needs no explanation. I think we all know this one.
Woo!
85.
Oh yeah, that's the first appearance of Spider-Man 2099.
And I have a number of the other ones. I have more Journey of Mystery Raw, but just showing you my slabs here.
Again, look at text box, word bubble.
Yeah, a little much. But at least they keep it balanced, and on the right, you can see the. But that's a pretty good first appearance cover, That's
take these other journeys into mystery.
It must be really windy there because, like, Thor's falling backwards. Like it. Yeah, that's a legendary book.
Yeah,
I'm just curious. I'm curious because you know what? Again, I'm not a Thor guy. I never opened up a Journey into Mystery book or any of these types of things. Was Journey into Mystery exclusively Thor, or was it just featuring him and there were other stories in it?
82 and earlier, it was more of a horror sort of fantastical stories comic, and it goes back to the 19.
That's probably where I'm getting that because I know like
right,
and they have like
then after 83 onward, it is a Thor production
and a single story Thor, not short stories inside of it, right? Like
I think it might have had two stories, but often it had Thor as a young. It had a lot of stories about Thor as a kid and other things. Mm-hmm. It has a lot of interesting stuff, but it's mostly Thor related.
Austin speaking of all these wonderful books, and then he sees Scumbag hung on the wall. Don't forget Nutla. I love
maybe that. Yep, and Geiger.
Geiger. It was Nutla down to the bottom. I mean, that's a
Nukla.
It's
a Charlton, and down here it's like you can't see it. It's there.
Yeah, I have Nukla issue 2. I recently got.
Now this is first Jane.
Okay.
Yep, Jane Foster first appearance, and I actually picked this up fairly recently too at a Baltimore Comic-Con.
Rob, can you take a look and see what the first Jane is going for right now? Because we know that she's returning in the next Thor movie, Love and Thunder, and the hot rumor is that she's picking up Mjolnir and becomes Lady Thor.
Right. But, we're talking Journey to Mystery
84.
So can you read us the blue label descriptive there? Is it second appearance of
Thor?
Yep,
second appearance of Thor, first appearance of Jane Foster, Jack Kirby cover art, Dick Ayers, Don Heck, Steve Ditko art in the middle, Stan Lee story.
Wow. So what a dream team. Holy cow.
So this is a book that does not have a lot of transactions. As I'm looking across the grades, there is just a lack of any sales for the most part. Only there's been some sales on a 4 and some recent sales on a 2.5. And so this is what do we have here? This is a 3.0. So let's go to the 2.5. The recent sale March of this year was just under $1,100 on a 2.5. Previous to that, we were looking at late last year, $1,300.
Almost feel like that's undervalued, even though it's a low grade.
It's a big book, and Jane Foster has big potential, being that she may well pick up Mjolnir and do her thing too. So I agree.
Something's odd about this. I mean, look at this. On the 4.0 sold on the same day as the 2.5.
Okay, hold on. I got to get comfortable for this one. I know where this is going. All right.
So
okay, I'm ready.
Yep, this is definitely happy to have it, and white pages too. So that's pretty cool. And
Here it is.
Journey Mystery.
We will break our rules.
Yeah! Yeah! 2 Remy's.
I think if you deserve,
it's a 2 Remy show.
It's a 2
Thor
Remy
and
show.
Hulk deserve smashing into the ground. It's their thing,
Actually, I need one with Remy with his Mjolnir.
But that is such a bright cover. Look how
it's a great
pops.
cover. It actually has a big crease on the top, which really took it down. There's a crease on the top that's probably the biggest problem, but it presents great. I mean, the page quality at white pages and how nice that cover is. There's a huge crease there as well in the corner there, so it's a pretty. It's one of those that presents better than its grade because it has something.
Remy's lurking. That's good. Again, this is another great cover for a first appearance Marvel franchise character. AF-15's up there. This one I put right beside AF-15. Like he's doing exactly what he's supposed to be doing. He's knocking someone over. It's a beautiful cityscape going on there that he's standing on. It's one of the biggest of the big boy books. Good for you, Doc. That is a fabulous, fabulous book to own.
So you want to know on that one?
Let's talk 5.0 white
I don't even
page.
know. I bought this a few years ago, so it's always.
You take a guess, Doc. What do you think that book in a 5.0 runs today?
12.
So we actually have in a 5.0 multiple sales somewhat recently. The last one being on March 17th of this year. It sold for $18,400. Previous to that was September of last year. It was at 16.7 and in 16.1 before that. So we've been on the upward trend on it. Currently listed at a FMV of 17,000. So anywhere from $17,000 to $20,000 essentially.
And I usually first it depends on the comic, but with white pages that tends to put it on the upper end of any sale because people. I'm not as obsessed about that. I actually got this and didn't realize it was white pages, so that's how much I sometimes pay. Brittle pages tend to make me shy away, but
colors pop very well.
Yeah.
Jade, I'm sure the answer is you buy low and keep holding them.
Doc, for those of
he's
you
drugged and in the basement. Don't worry.
Chloroform is a wonderful mistress.
Doc, for those that haven't,
I'm a doc. I gotta.
He doesn't even need chloroform. He's got better stuff.
Yeah.
Those that Doc, for those that haven't held that book in their hands, can you read what the blue label says?
Sure. Origin and first appearance of Thor, Dr. Don Blake, and then Stanley story, Jack Kirby and Steve Ditko art, Jack Kirby cover.
Yeah, and Taylor brings up a good point here. This is what is wrong with comic collecting right now. We just saw the 1 in 25 Ultimate Fallout 4 first appearance of Miles Morales selling for $30,000.
Wow.
And I got to tell you, granted it was a 9.8 and this is a 5.0, but I would rather have this book in my collection every day and twice on Sunday over the 9.8 Miles Morales.
Well, you can go get a 9.8 normal Miles Morales and this book and still have change to go buy yourself possibly a low-grade Avengers 1 if you want for that Djurvik 1 in 25 UF4. But yeah, it's...
Well, I never complain. When people want to spend money on comics...
That's true. I mean,
think it's a good thing.
Collect what you want.
Exactly. It's a scarcity, and I guess there's a demand for Miles Morales.
There is. Well, it's not just that. I mean, even though it's the 1 in 25, right? And I'm not going to go look up the census on it right now, but I've got to imagine that the quantities that exist, right, are significantly different.
Yeah.
So... You know what? I said I'm not going to look it up. Now I am because I've got it on Snowbox.
Now,
So
the probably the longevity value of this is more, you got to wonder how long that value is going to hold for a book like that. Would be mine. I mean, if you have funny money to spend and you want it, fine.
I'll go with Miles being a true legit at this point in his time. He's been around for 20
Especially
years.
Ultimate Fallout 4, a newsstand or regular version 9.8. I think that's a good investment if you're in.
So he's definitely a true legit there. So of course I should have
becoming a household name.
Yeah, and they did a very good job with him. I enjoyed him as a character. I enjoyed him in the movie. I think they did a very good job. I love it.
Okay, to do this right, I need to pull this up for Journey Mystery 83 again. Let me pull that up. So, here we pull up not the Golden Records reprint.
No one can see this, so I got to put that one out there.
All right, so
who's the publisher?
Oh, this is Spark Publications. It's 1946. It's an atomic bomb cover from 1946.
Adaman.
I guess I will backtrack a little bit on my statement. So there are, just on census alone, of any grade, there are vastly more Journey into Mysteries. There's almost 2,200 copies of any grade, 1,600 universal, versus the Ultimate Fallout 4, the 1 in 25 variant. There's only 688 on census at any grade. So
how many 9.8?
9.8. There's only 155.
Black cover, right?
Because to me, when you're getting a modern comic like that, you're really going for 9.8.
Right. The 9.8, 9.6 is account for half of the universal grades that exist. Whereas, there is no 9.8 Journey into Mystery on census. There is a 9.6 is the highest grade. Interesting. We go to 1, 2, 3, 4. So you get to when you get to 5.0, 5.0 and above is about 600 copies. So there's as many Journey into Mysteries in a 5.0 or higher, roughly, as there are 9.8 and 9.6s of the other. But these are all just how things kind of fall into place. And you're looking at all these things going, okay, so maybe the value is the total number of out there type things, but it's a newer book, all these other things. I still value the Thor book.
And with those things, it's a bit of a, if you buy it at that high a level, you got to worry a little bit about how long it's going to hold that value.
Yeah, because I don't worry as much about a book like the Journey into Mystery where.
And I'll stand to it. At Ultimate Fallout 4, the first one, the first printing, 9.8. I think that's gonna hold its value and go up. Sure. But all the variants and all the other things, I get a little nervous about that. That's a lot of speculation.
But yeah, Cole makes a very good point. Just to touch on what we said earlier, I said Miles is becoming a household name, but yeah, Miles and Gwen, to her own fans, they are becoming the Spider-Man of the next generation here. He says, I mean, if you ask my daughter about Spider-Man, she'll probably say Miles or Gwen first, whereas all of us immediately think Peter Parker. But now there's that, like Rob touched on, Miles is now approaching 20, and that's a generation right there who pay attention to Miles.
Yeah. And let's face it, as much as I love Batman and Superman, Spider-Man is the most popular hero. And anything related to Spider-Man.
By light years.
Anything related to Spider-Man is just, it's just amazing. Yeah.
When it comes to toy sales, Spider-Man is first above everyone else. Batman is second. Then whatever flavor of the year is number 3. 2 and 3, when you add them together, when it comes to percentage sales, still doesn't even come close to what Spider-Man is. Spider-Man, that mask is universal around the world.
I have a plan on doing a Spider-Man episode or 2 because it's a lot of books at some point. But next time, I'm going to do all non-DC, non-Marvel, Golden Age to that kind of era type stuff. So it's going to be
awesome.
This is it, everyone.
Very simple. #SlabHub. I spelled this one right. We'll do ourselves another giveaway.
I'm presuming your wife is nodding now, Rob. Like,
nah, I don't know where. She's in the other room now. She was laying on the couch earlier with the dog. Now when I look over there, I just see the hound dog stretched across the the whole thing. But
I'm with you, Mad Spidey. I'm with you.
But yeah, so we'll give away some more books here. Of course, next week for everybody, please make sure you mark your calendar. Well, or even hit notification down below and subscribe. What the hell? While you're at it, all these things that people say on these shows because they're all about that.
And the winner of this gets a chance. Gets 1 in 26. I added about 4 slabs here. 4 new slabs too.
So next week on SlabHub, we'll be joined by Comic Man Andy. He's going to come on and share some of the books in his collection. And so if you're not following Andy, you might check him out as well. Fabulous follow. Does some great lives on Mondays and on Wednesdays for his mail call stuff, as well as some new comic book day content stuff.
I'm looking forward to it.
Be sure to check him out.
Pride of Michigan, former Marine, and he better show up with that beard brush. That's all I'm saying.
You know,
he'll have
you gotta keep.
There we go.
You always got to keep it close at hand, even though mine's nowhere near as big as his. Back from when I used to have my full beard.
I have a teeny little beard here going.
Yeah, I've had
when you get like Andy, then you understand the need for beard oil.
He's all beard.
All the other stuff, so it's great. All right, so let's go ahead and give you guys another couple moments here to get that SlabHub in. We got 24 out of 32 for your chance to win some books. We've talked about what's coming up on the mail call this week, and Chris has done stuff throughout the week. There'll be some other openings, and of course, like we talked about, SlabHub next week. Exciting stuff. I'm thrilled. Holy cow! What a show!
Well, I appreciate you guys having me on.
I feel like I could get a cigarette.
Yeah, like I'm gonna go have a cigar.
I wanted to balance it. We had all DC last time. We had to have some Marvel action this time.
Yeah.
All
right.
Yeah, that Thor, man, it's so bright and vibrant.
Yeah.
If that crease wasn't there, 8.5, I think, all day.
Crease wasn't there, I wouldn't have it, so I'm glad it was there.
Touche, Doc. Touche.
Doc has a budget.
The price would have been.
All right, I don't see the number.
A few years ago when I got it, it was still would have been. It was a bit of a. Oh.
Yeah. I don't see the number moving up anymore, so I'm going to go ahead and hit it. Let's see who our lucky winner is. The winner of 6 books and a slab. Chop and Drop 2013. Congratulations.
Wow. Chop and Drop.
All right. Congratulations there.
Congratulations.
And he lives in Lebanon, right? So
no, absolutely not.
I'll take it for him then.
He's in the US. I can get you his address. Okay. So for Chop and Drop, you want to give his raws away first or the slab first? Let's do the raws first because the slab is a really.
Oh, I didn't know you were asking me. I thought you guys might have been asking Chris in the chat. It's whatever
I was asking you.
We'll do this master of ceremonies.
All right, Chris.
All right,
help Daniel out here.
Let me switch Rob around here. So.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Everyone wants to look at Rob's handsome face at this point.
I'm just a henchman today.
Okay, so Chop is 2013. All right, let's go 2 from the front. Boom!
Spectacular Spider-Man 177.
Boom!
Yeah.
For the life of Corona.
All right. I wouldn't mind a nice Corona right now after all that.
That comic
different.
Just for the pandemic effect.
13 from the rear. Chop saying, yeah, Chris in Lebanon. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, wait.
It is the facsimile. Don't get too excited, but
nice.
Just for a second, just for that half
cover,
second. Still, that's a book with a little bit of value.
Yep. The easiest way to know that this is the facsimile versus the original is right here. You don't have the digital comics stamp thing in there. But.
Yep. I thought Chop and Drop was going to jump through my computer and give me a hug after pulling that one for him. All right.
Yeah, that would be next level if I had a raw copy of Edge.
Rob, I don't know why that's in there, but
just
good
flopping
for you,
around
man.
in here.
Yeah.
Let's go back to front. 4 more to go, and now. Funk Comics, thanks for joining us. We see
Green
you.
Lantern issue number 6. Get some DC. So it's not all spiders.
That's a great cover. Okay, I say that a lot. And
A lot of great covers out there.
go towards the rear now.
Oh, I got it.
Oh no.
The Rocketeer.
Oh, nice.
Number 1.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
IDW issue number 1. Careful.
Rocketeer.
I got it. Don't worry.
Okay.
It's
For the love of God, don't hurt yourself. That's a lot of weight right there. Now.
ooh. Now this one's not. To be fair, I want to say, Daniel, this book is not in the same condition as all the books that I normally give away. But you'll understand, and I'm sure you'll agree that it's okay when it's a sub 100 ASM.
Oh, nice.
I don't even have that book yet.
That's awesome. A pre 100 ASM. Beautiful.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Unmasked at last
I don't have
again.
that one either, Chris.
One more book. Well, apparently I had more than one since I was giving one away.
Okay,
Gotcha.
let's go 13 from the front.
And that, no way, right? Exactly. So that's just to show you guys. It's not all just. There's a good
Moderns.
mixture of stuff. There's good books in here. No doubt.
Hold on. My Spidey sense is telling me 13 from the front.
13, 2, 3,
It might be G.I. Joe. My Spidey sense is saying G.I. Joe.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. We haven't had a G.I. Joe in a while.
That's right.
This is not a G.I. Joe.
I was wrong.
I don't even know. Hold on. Let me move this out down
Careful
here.
with your back.
Yeah, no workman's
It's a
comp
virgin
here,
cover, so I'm not even sure what book it is off the top of my head. Of course, it's like all the way at the very top. The one can be consistent. All right, it is Venom issue 29,
Wow.
Comic Elite
Nice.
Virgin variant. There featuring Null.
Yep.
Congratulations. All right, Daniel. Obviously, I have your information. You got some older books. A lot of Spider-Man gone out today.
All right, Rob. I'm going to do a similar thing to you. You tell me when to stop, and I'm just going to grab.
No pressure,
one
Rob.
here.
No pressure.
Now,
Right at the front. This is exciting. Very exciting. Oh, yes.
Oh,
Frank Miller
look at
Wolverine.
There we go, my man.
Newsstand.
Daredevil and Wolverine, two of my favorites.
Love it. And he's got those sharp boots on and everything.
196, 9.6, newsstand. Yep. And we got Kool-Aid in the back, so drink the Kool-Aid.
oh yeah.
Drink the Kool-Aid.
Yes. Look at those boots
Well
on
done,
Wolverine.
well done.
Congratulations, Chop. Make sure I get your information over to Doc so he can get that out to you. Thank you.
Yeah, you just send it to me on Instagram, and
Yep. No, I have
I'm
it
not a
because we
quick-
have his thank you card from.
Mhm.
There it goes. So
I actually just watched that video today and commented on it. His last SlabHub win, where he showed off this very cool magnet.
awesome. Yeah. Well, now he'll be the first 2-time magnet winner.
Oh,
All right, everybody, thank you again so much for coming out and joining us. Really appreciate you being a part of the show and participating along with us in the chat. And glad that so many of you are finding that this is worthy of letting the kids go outside and play by themselves, or missing that soccer practice, or letting them grass overgrow, or whatever else it is that you're not doing. Instead, you're sitting here watching us. We appreciate it. From me and Chris, the comic vet, and of course our guest today, Doc. Thank you so much. Please join us again next week. Like I said, we'll have Comic Book Andy. We'll see Doc again in a few weeks. Doc's coming on about every 3 weeks. We have him coming on right now until as long as he'll continue to come on. We're going to continue to have Doc come on, because Doc,
it's a
you got an impressive collection. We love seeing what you got.
First
blast.
Thor. Like, come on,
My
everyone.
pleasure.
First Thor.
I can't believe you're not a Thor guy, though. I'm a little disappointed. Here.
Yeah,
We're gonna have to, but it's never too late. It's never too late.
you know, it's not one. It's one of those things. It's not like you dislike them. It's just it never really kind of gravitated. I have a few Thor books. You know, obviously I have, like I said, I had that first Beta Ray Bill. I have first Stormbreaker. I have an old book that I have one of my older books.
If I get mad at you, I just look at what you have behind you on the wall, and I forgive you already. It's all
Get that.
you got so much awesome stuff back there. I love that first Adam Strange there. Ooh, yeah.
Oh, and
So
Space Ranger.
17.
Space Ranger is so great because he didn't even need a full bubble helmet.
There you go. Good stuff.
All right, guys. Thank you all again. And until next time, collect what you want. Don't listen to any of us, including myself, because I'm just a fat man with a fat stack of comics and a fat opinion. Thanks for watching.
Take care.